Unveiling the India-Pakistan conflict, a visual journey. Why do India and Pakistan have one of the most complicated relationships in the world? This question delves into a complex tapestry woven from shared history, cultural ties, and enduring conflict. Their relationship is marked by periods of intense hostility, brief reconciliations, and a persistent tension that affects millions. The roots of this fraught relationship trace back to the mid-20th century when India gained independence from British colonial rule. The partition in 1947 led to the creation of two separate nations, India and Pakistan, drawn along religious lines. This division resulted in massive migrations and violence, leaving deep scars on both sides. The immediate aftermath of partition saw the eruption of the First Indo-Pak War in 1947 to 48. This conflict arose over the princely state of Kashmir, whose accession to India was contested by Pakistan. The war ended with a UN-mediated ceasefire but left Kashmir divided and a continuing source of conflict. Since then, political tensions have simmered, fueled by territorial disputes, ideological differences, and historical grievances. Both countries have engaged in military standoffs and diplomatic spats, each viewing the other with suspicion. These tensions have been exacerbated by domestic politics and regional alliances. In 1965, the Second Indo-Pak War broke out, again over Kashmir. This war was marked by large-scale tank battles and air skirmishes, resulting in a stalemate and an eventual ceasefire brokered by international powers. The conflict reinforced hostilities and set the stage for future clashes, leaving a legacy of distrust. The Second Indo-Pak War in 1965 emerged from territorial disputes and escalating tensions. With both nations claiming victory, the war ended with a UN-mandated ceasefire and the Tashkent Agreement. Kashmir remains central to Indo-Pakistani discord, symbolising unresolved issues since partition. Its strategic location and water resources make it a contentious territory, fueling continuous military and political conflict between the nations. The 1971 war, spurred by the Bangladesh Liberation Movement, drastically altered relations. India's intervention led to Pakistan's defeat and Bangladesh's creation, increasing animosity and distrust between India and Pakistan. The nuclear arms race began in earnest post-1974 when India conducted its first nuclear test. Pakistan responded by developing its own arsenal, intensifying regional instability and mutual fear of nuclear conflict. The Kargil conflict in 1999 marked a severe escalation in Kashmir. It involved Pakistani forces infiltrating Indian territory, resulting in intense fighting. Diplomatic intervention eventually led to withdrawal and fragile peace. India and Pakistan have made several attempts at diplomacy, often involving third-party mediation. Despite setbacks, dialogues such as the Lahore Summit and Agra Summit aimed to foster understanding and reduce tensions. Terrorism has been a persistent issue, with attacks like the 2008 Mumbai siege straining relations. Both nations accuse each other of harbouring militants, complicating efforts towards reconciliation and peace. Trade between India and Pakistan has fluctuated due to political tensions. Despite potential economic benefits, restrictive policies and frequent border closures hinder the realisation of a robust trade relationship. Cultural ties, including shared languages, cuisine and arts, offer a foundation for connection. Bollywood films and cross-border music collaborations highlight commonalities, suggesting culture could play a role in bridging divides. Media in both countries often perpetuates stereotypes and hostility, affecting public perception. Sensationalist reporting can exacerbate tensions, while balanced journalism has the potential to promote understanding and dialogue. Global powers often influence India-Pakistan relations, with countries like the US, China and Russia playing significant roles. Their strategic interests and alliances can either ease tensions or exacerbate conflicts. The ongoing conflict heavily impacts citizens, leading to disrupted lives, economic hardships, and limited cross-border interactions. Fear and mistrust often overshadow the shared history and cultural connections between the two populations. Future prospects for peace hinge on sustained dialogue, mutual respect, and addressing core issues like Kashmir. Building trust and improving economic ties could pave the way for a more harmonious relationship. In conclusion, the India-Pakistan relationship is complex, marked by historical grievances and geopolitical interests. Resolving these tensions requires both nations to prioritize dialogue and cooperation over conflict and competition. Engaging in informed discussions and promoting peace initiatives are crucial. By understanding the nuances of this relationship, individuals can contribute to a more peaceful future for both countries.